ripped out a casket. I bet you can't wait to get it in the ground, can you?
Monty burned a lot of people, Cammy, and the whole world's gonna be gunning for you.
You know who this is? That's your new partner, and it's a real problem.
Yeah, I mean, I love that they go to the nursing home. I love working with those actors there, and we have so much fun with those scenes. And also, Nick Sheridan, Taylor Sheridan's wife, is actually volunteers at that exact nursing home, and a lot of the people who live there watch our scenes when we're on set filming. And then also, I mean, for Ainsley in particular, she's about to go off to college, and her last few weeks of freedom, she wants to spend it not only at home and with her mom mostly, but volunteering at the nursing home. And I think that just shows the true heart of both these characters and who they are, and that there is this depth to them that isn't always talked about. So I'm grateful for those scenes.
Well, I think you just have to sort of put yourself in Joeberg's place when they're in that particular situation at the seniors' home. And I think it was a victimless crime, perhaps. So, but I think that Joeberg just wanted to just rub it into Tommy a little bit. I think he sort of felt like he had him on a spot just for a moment, but I think he was going to, make the right choice one way or other. But I feel like my character couldn't wait to get Tommy on the phone and to show him what was going on.
Well, because it's such a rundown spot, there's so many different things that can happen, right? Working in the oil fields for these guys is dangerous. Anything can go wrong, something from small as a little oil spill all the way to an explosion. So we're gonna see what those dangers look like for not only Boss and his crew, but the full impact across the board. Well, me personally, I did. I got that wish fulfilled. I don't know if the audience is going to be privy to that information, seeing it on screen, but you will get to see the depth of the relationship with Boss and his other ancillary connections in the industry that's close to Tommy.
Can I just say, I don't think it is a mistake that he makes. I think what happens is the oil industry is something that Ariana fears so much, and I don't think it's something that has been discussed between the two. And I think she is really going off of fear, and also realizing, like, what do I want from life moving forward? What do I want for myself? What do I want for my child? There's that fear of losing her loved one from one day to the next. And so I think that really it's just lack of communication that happened. And I don't think Cooper did anything wrong inherently.
Yeah, I think he was, if anything, maybe he had his blinders on, working, strictly to do this and thinking that was the goal.
Yeah.
And as a man, I can say that is something we do quite often is, we will turn away other things to get this one thing done. And to us, that's what's important. And I think that was a lot of what's happening.
And Ariana really goes into it being like, I don't want to stop Cooper from, because this is his dream. She doesn't want to stop him from doing his dream. And so I think it's just a moment of like, let's step back and see what we want. You're gonna have to wait to watch. I mean, I'm a hopeless romantic, so I obviously am rooting for them, but we'll see.
We gotta see. We can't give one or the other there. No.
Well, how does he really feel as opposed to how did he professionally respond to it? I think he's really hurt. I think he feels slightly betrayed. And because he's not been party to the scenes where Tommy's explained why this needs to happen this way, so he's just better at certain stuff, even if it's not the way we always did it. So it takes a while, and he's put in a very awkward position. At least I felt so. And Taylor wrote some stuff that made that manifestly clear.
Yeah, I mean, I think we see a moment of her questioning maybe what have I done? And she's kind of hopped on board with these people, and you see a moment of, should I be trusting these people? It's all very uncertain right now as MTEX is discovering all of these things about the company that we just didn't know before. So I think Rebecca, she's on board, she's on the team, but I don't know if things are ran the way that she would particularly like them to be ran. And I don't know if maybe she's up to go for bat for people that do things in a unethical way.
And I'm pretty sure she's paid more than me, so that hurts.
Yeah, it's a great scene. And me and Billy both had the opportunity to be able to pull from real life experiences with our own fathers in that, and it actually is crazy the way that worked. But I just lost my dad the year before, so it really meant a lot to get to do that, and especially with Billy and yeah, it was really organic. It really was. It was an organic scene. There wasn't a whole lot of pressure put on it. I think we shot it 4 times. I mean, and that was the first. Yeah, we didn't. It just happened, but it was just us being open and having that conversation, like I wanted to have with mine and he wanted to have with his, you know. And that was a touching moment that I'm really happy to be a part of.
You're doing a scene. I've got sons. I have a daughter. I had a difficult relationship with my dad. I mean, all those things are there. So I use life experience as an actor. And I can't break down unless I do. You know, it could, like I said, like Sam said, it could be on the page. Maybe you don't do it. We kind of tend to, I mean, Sam and I both are sort of from the just natural out of the ground acting school. We're not fancy guys. So if I don't feel like crying, I don't. If I don't feel like whatever it is, I just don't do it. There are scenes where maybe it's supposed to be one thing and I do another. Sometimes I'll bawl my eyes out in a scene that doesn't say that on the page. In this case, they coincided and I couldn't help it. And because when you have kids and you've had difficulties and love and joy and everything else you have in a family, when you're doing scenes about that, you don't think about it beforehand so much. It's just that when you're in the middle of it and you're talking to someone, and when Jacob was talking to me, you can't help it, you know. I mean, you go there. And Taylor writes very natural stuff, and he hired a bunch of natural actors. I mean, that whole cast, you know, and he knew what he was doing there. So our job is just go out there and do it, and you will react. You know, it just happens.
I really believe that it just comes off what's on the page. You know, I don't think about going in, I don't think about, I've got to be emotional here, I've got to cry here, I've got to do this or that. It just comes out of working with great material that calls for whatever it calls for. You know, and Taylor's brilliant at doing that. He just writes for actors. I don't know if it's because he was an actor himself or is an actor himself, or if he's just a brilliant man that understands human nature. You know, he just writes for us. And when you have it on the page, shame on you if it's not on the stage, you know. I mean, there's this old adage, if it ain't on a page, it ain't on the stage, and it's on every page of Taylor's material that I've ever looked at.
Well, I think, you know, they had a face-off in season 1 where, you know, I live here, I work here, you're visiting, but you're not without interest, right? And that interest, I think, from Nathan's point of view, is made manifestly clear with all the women in the show. There's a lot he just doesn't get. So it's not quite like zoo animals, but there's a bit of it being wild and uncharted territory. You can be certain that Nathan's wife and his 4 boys live quietly in Odessa, and probably 2 separate beds. This is so beyond his comprehension and experience, but part of him wants to see how it ends. What's next?